told you that one of the most effective Marines in recent history wasn't a person at all? Over 6 years and more than 400 combat missions, not a single Marine was ever killed on her watch. This is the story of Luca, the dog who was perfect. When you think of a Marine, you probably don't picture a German Shepherd and Belgian Malinois mix. But Luca was a warrior with a truly flawless record. For 6 years, she served as a specialized search dog, part of an elite group trained to work off leash to sniff out the deadliest threat on the battlefield: explosives. Her story began in 2006 when she was paired with her first handler, Gunnery Sergeant Chris Willingham. He remembers the intelligence in her eyes from their very first meeting. He sensed she had immense drive, but he couldn't have known this 2-year-old dog would go on to protect thousands of American lives. Their bond was immediate. Chris treated her as a partner, a fellow Marine. The second her harness went off, she wasn't just a dog anymore. She was a focused warrior, perfectly in sync with her handler. Over 3 combat tours in both Iraq and Afghanistan, Luca and her handlers were the tip of the spear. In war zones where IEDs were the number one threat, Luca was the best line of defense. Mission after mission, she led patrols, sniffing out hidden bombs with incredible accuracy. In her career, she led over 400 patrols and is credited with finding at least 40 explosive devices. But the most important number, 0. That's how many human casualties occurred on any of her patrols. As Chris later said, she is the only reason I made it home to my family. Their success was built on a deep, unspoken trust. His life was in her nose, and her life was in his hand. In 2012, Luca was in Afghanistan, now with her second handler, Corporal Juan Rodriguez, an exceptional Marine handpicked for the job by Chris himself. On March 23rd, they were on patrol, clearing a path for dozens of Marines when Luca, as always, took the lead. She alerted Rodriguez to a 30-pound IED, and the patrol stopped. The area was being secured, but Luca's job wasn't done. As she searched for any secondary devices, the unthinkable happened. A second IED detonated, and the blast engulfed her. Corporal Rodriguez didn't hesitate. He rushed to her side, finding her severely injured with burns and a mangled front leg. He immediately applied a tourniquet and administered first aid, determined to save the dog who had saved him and so many others. Within minutes, a medvac helicopter was called, and Luca was airlifted from the battlefield just like any other wounded Marine. She was flown to Germany, where veterinaries had to make the tough call to amputate her front leg. Corporal Rodriguez never left her side, even sleeping next to her during her recovery. Her resilience was incredible. Just 10 days after the explosion, she was up and walking, her spirit completely unbroken. She had the same personality, the same loyalty, the same love for her people. She was still Luca. Her combat career was over, but her journey wasn't. She officially retired in 2012. And in a perfect full circle moment, she was adopted by her original handler, Chris Willingham, to live out her days with his family in California. Luca's story is a powerful example of the courage and loyalty of military working dogs. If you believe these four-legged heroes deserve to be celebrated, share this story to honor their service and subscribe for more tales of incredible bravery. In her retirement, Luca became a global ambassador for military working dogs. In 2016, she was awarded the PDSA Dickin Medal, considered the animal equivalent of Britain's highest military honor. She was the very first U.S. Marine Corps dog to receive it. She was also awarded the Animals in War and Peace Medal of Bravery. She passed away peacefully in 2018. with both of her handlers, Chris Willingham and Juan Rodriguez, right there with her. Her legacy lives on in a bronze statue titled Send Me, ensuring her story of courage, sacrifice, and that perfect record will never be forgotten. She wasn't just a dog. She was a Marine who saved thousands of lives and came home a hero.